New York City has hundreds of neighborhoods, but there's always a few that just draw you in. The Lower East Side of Manhattan has always been like that for me, and we haven't created a guide here in almost 2 years. So today we're gonna update things and show you some new places to shop, eat, drink, and even take some cool photos. You don't want to miss this. I know that Little Italy is right around the corner, but if you want authentic Roman street food, Trapizzino right here is the spot. This is the only Trapizzino in the United States. And what's incredible, it's just $9. We could actually classify this as cheap eats in New York, sitting in a beautiful European style cafe. Pizza Bianca dough, and inside the pocket, got that meatball just stuffed inside. What a meatball. If you put this on spaghetti and meatballs, this would rival anything you could get in Little Italy. I would have paid way more than $9 for something this good. Mix it up with a cocktail or wine. I would say this would be a good date spot as well. Ben, do I need to clean myself here? How could you possibly walk around Rome eating this and not getting a messy face? I don't know, you tell me.
I feel very manly drinking this. Smoky.
You feel manlier, okay.
See the anchovies kind of just like hanging onto the very edge. Wow, that's a good bite. The atmosphere is perfect. Definitely gonna take my girlfriend here.
Ben read comments that his girlfriend was imaginary.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna take my real girlfriend here.
It's such a huge flex, especially if you have someone that's from out of town and you show them something that they'll only get in New York right now. That's major brownie points right there.
You're out with friends on the Lower East Side and you want to go somewhere before going out to a lot of the bars and the clubs here. This would be a good spot, not too expensive, but just right before going out. Freeman Alley, this is on the border of the Lower East Side. Absolute hidden gem because there aren't that many alleys like this in New York City. Now, in the 1980s, it was a completely different story around here. In fact, Rvington Street was one of the worst streets in Manhattan. This is where you would come to get your heroin fix. This area had drug dealers, prostitutes, and I think a lot of the people from that era, if they were to come back here right now and see the alley now, they would be surprised because it has a lot of street art. We're gonna be passing an art gallery right here. Just kind of shows you the changes of New York in the last 40 years. As much as I talk about crime issues, it's still nowhere near as bad as it was in the 80s. And probably one of the most unique locations for a restaurant in Manhattan is Freeman's right here. They've been around since about 2004, so they've got the speakeasy thing down pat. I mean, this is an interesting spot just to take photos if you want something different. Be surprised if most New Yorkers even knew what this was. Do some TikToks, some Instagrams over here. One of the hidden gems in the area. Where did that come from? Where did the random pancake come from? Did someone throw pancakes at them from talking to us?
Yeah, some from up there.
They just threw...
It literally just went...
This is New York these days, you know? If you're not looking right, you'll get a pancake on your head. All my sports fans watching, you are going to love this store. People always ask me, like, what kinds of souvenirs should you buy when you come to New York? And I say, don't get some lame I Love New York shirt. Get something that a New York sports fan would wear.
Just open, coming up on almost 3 months now. I just love this kind of stuff. I'm big into sports history, fashion as well, so to incorporate that all together into one thing is really like an awesome thing, and I love to be able to share that with other people and get them into something nice and cool that they appreciate.
If you were a customer, what would you buy?
It all started with the vintage basketball jerseys. The 90s champions jerseys is like, It's a classic thing. Like, I mean, you can't go wrong with a Kobe from his rookie year champion jersey. I love the starter jackets. I'm a huge Mets fan, so this is a classic. The late 80s Mets starter jacket.
It's like Davey Johnson be wearing that?
Exactly.
$60 for this Yankee jersey here? Like, they actually have really fair prices. My favorite player when I was a kid was Patrick Ewing, oh yeah. I'm not an Oakland A's fan, Yankees fan, but I just want to see what this looks like. A little tight on me, but I
mean, that's kind of how the cut is supposed to be.
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be?
You know, because that's a late 80s jacket.
So this is original late 80s with the tag still on.
The tag officially worn.
It's from the 90s, this one?
Yeah, definitely.
Ben, what year were you born?
I was born in 1999.
So this jacket is older than you.
It's actually, yeah.
Definitely.
It is older than me, and look at this. They have a special pocket for your iPhone or iPad.
I really like the story the guy Charlie had about selling in jerseys. I love supporting like small businesses like that, really. Check out his store, check out his store. We weren't even planning on including this in the video. I walked by, I want a $3 cookie. Cookie happy hour. Sounds like the best happy hour ever. It's like the smell of cookie dough pulls me in. You guys have the $3 cookies now? Cool. Could I do one of the chocolate chip chunks?
And is there one with Nutella in it? Yeah, I'll get that one.
This is like cookies literally falling apart. You know, it really is gooey on the inside. Best $3 I've spent all day, although this is messy as could possibly be. How messy is my face on a 1 to a 10 now? Like a 10?
Nothing. You were messier earlier with the Italian.
This is a happy hour I could get behind. I might rather pay $3 for this than a beer. I don't know. It would depend on my mood. If you're tired of the typical bars of a Lower East Side, Sour Mouse has so much to offer. This is the spot to go if you have a group of friends and like you're not sure what you want to do. You've got the option of pool, you've got beer pong, ping pong, a lot of booths, a bar as well, and the art. The art here is one of the most interesting parts, I think.
Every 30 days we have a new artist, which we hang. This particular artist's name is Sack 6. Everything that you see here, he ripped posters off the street.
Oh, wow.
And then he repurposed them.
Does he sell these?
Everything in here is for sale.
How much would this cost?
You know what, I'm getting the price list in about a half an hour, but if I had to speculate, I would say about $3,000.
$3,000?
Yeah, well, the average person that comes down here can't afford that. What I did was I went out and I bought posters of New York City. I gave each poster to a different artist and they painted over it. So for example, I gave Android this map of New York and then he did his thing on top of it. These I sell for $400.
I think I have viewers who would come in and buy this for sure.
Yeah.
Everything on the wall is for sale.
The only thing that's not for sale is me. Well, actually, you never know.
Everyone has a price, right?
That's true. You said your wife would like, this is the same artist.
Yeah. It's almost a little Banksy-esque, no?
You know what, street artists, that's kind of their look too, guys.
Yeah.
So there's always somewhat of an interpretation. It's either Banksy or it's Basquiat. This is Sack 6, so this is the gentleman that we're doing the show. And this he just ripped off a wall, he tagged it, and that was it. I'm surprised this is here. Anything he has done just walks out the door.
So this is great. You can play ping pong and drink a soju cocktail at the same time. Look at that, he's beating me. It's actually a really nice drink too. Gotta drink first. If you're into neighborhoods that aren't touristy, you've got to check out this guide we filmed, Hell's Kitchen. We go off the beaten path. I think you'll like it a lot.